Hey, yo.
If I can be serious for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Acknowledge me.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Come on in, sit down. We got an extra special episode of the Sit Down Marks podcast today. We're going to be talking again. We're bringing back the list. It was popular enough. You guys liked it enough. You guys downloaded it enough, and we got enough comments and reactions about the first list that we did. We did our top 5 movies in the first time. Now we're coming back to this time. We're going to do our top 5 favorite TV shows of all time. So this one's going to be fun today. And thank you so much for supporting it. Thank you guys so much for listening on all those podcast platforms out there. We really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, man. Really appreciate all the downloads and support we've been getting here lately. And so not just the boys today, but we got a little extra special flavor to the list. If you're an old school follower of the podcast, we got a guy, a voice that you just might sound familiar. Who did we bring back?
Hello. I tried to sound as meek and stupid there as possible. Hi, it's AJ. I'm back. Hello.
Welcome back. One of the original members of the podcast, AJ, is back with us. You know, life is busy, hasn't been with us in a while, but he's going to be with us for these podcasts we're going to do about the list. So welcome back, brother. It's been a while. Welcome back to your podcast.
Thanks for having me back. Like I'm super excited. I was gonna be like, yeah, back by popular demand, but no, I basically begged to be on this because I wanted to be involved again. And like this is something that I can do because like I don't have to watch any or take notes or anything. Like it's in my brain already. So I'm so happy.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do or do not, AJ. There is no try.
Why do I know that? I don't like Star Wars, so I don't know why.
You like Yoda. Everybody loves Yoda. Everybody loves Yoda. But we had to bring you back, man. It's been a while since you've been on the podcast, so looking forward to having you on the list podcast. But before we move forward, AJ, we talked about our top 5 movies last time we did the list. You know, I don't want to hear your top 5, but tell us what's your favorite movie of all time?
It's called Magnolia. It's written by P.T. Anderson, and it's one of the most weird, fucked up, long, anxiety-inducing movies I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen it probably 100 times. I love it so much. Everyone go watch it, but don't judge me because it's very weird.
All right. Sounds good. Fair enough. And you know the boys, Primo, all the way over there on the East Coast. What's going on, brother? Good to see you.
Well, shit. We are back with another list. It is our favorite television shows this time. This should be pretty easy for us. It's another one of these easy lists for us to come up with, but another chance for the Marks Mafia to get to know us a little better.
It is. And he's back. Dylan, green hat guy, front row sitter. He had the weekend off, so he's feeling good and refreshed maybe right now. So how you doing, Dylan?
That giggity kind of got me. I'm not gonna lie.
Quagmire get you there a little.
Yeah. We are vibing and thriving, as they say. You know, I was thinking it would have been really funny. We got the 4 of us on the pod here. You're setting up AJ. We got this nice special guest, first time in a long time. If you just threw some random 5th guy in here real quick instead of going to AJ after setting that up, that would have been epic. You know, hey, our 5th guy. You know, yeah, here's Slammer, you know, like, yeah, it would have been sick. But we're good.
Random guy named Carl is here.
Yeah, my neighbor Carl. Here we go.
Welcome everybody to the podcast, Steve.
But no,
Steve.
Steve comes with Matt Facts.
Spoiler: Mama's Family is Steve's favorite show ever. So I just ruined that one.
Well, into the podcast right there. That's all we came for. Yeah.
All right, before we get moving here, I want to thank everybody once again for listening to the podcast, downloading all those podcast platforms out there. Happy summer, man. I hope you're having a good time right now. I hope you're enjoying the sun.
So hot.
taking in the beach, listening to us somewhere in some tropical destination. You know, let's take care of a little housework, as Primo likes to say, before we get moving. We just last week remind you to go back and check out episode number 190. It's called Sibling Gimmicks, where we talk about sibling gimmicks in professional wrestling. And also make sure you check out the next episode of DB's Territory Treasures coming up here real soon. I'm going to be talking about the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff. So, and also make sure you head on over to sitdownmarks.com and check out all the latest Prelude episodes. All right, boys, if you guys are ready, man, it's time, man. Let's break this thing down. Let's start with our list. It's time. All right, let's pull the old train out of the station here. Let's get moving. Anybody volunteering? Anybody want to go first? You know, anybody eager to drop their top 5 here?
I mean, I don't mind going first. I can. I've got a little bit of a list here. It's nothing.
Let's rip it, brother. Nothing
too crazy, but you guys may have heard of these before. If you hadn't out there in Mark's land, I recommend you check them out. But either, you know, if you're above the age of 60, you may like these. Matlock, MASH, The Rifleman, Days of Our Lives, and Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes.
No, I'm kidding. That was a joke. That was probably more of a ode to my grandparents, but
Andy Griffith.
Do you actually watch Days of Our Lives? Do you call it your stories?
Back in the day, so
Time
funny enough, back in the day when Days of Our Lives, like 90s, 2000s, early 2000s, when VHSs were still popular, my grandma had a VHS recorder. She would record Days of Our Lives every day, and she used to have a stack of recorded tapes.
Are you sure you don't mean you have?
I couldn't tell you a single character in that show. But my top 5, I will go 5-1.
Okay.
So number 5 for me, there's only one show that I have ever had every single physical season of. And that's why it made it my all-time top 5. It may not be like current top 5, but all-time definitely. That show is Smallville. So a lot of people, you know, they may or may not like this show. It's a show, you know, it's a Superman show, superhero show. I was really big into it when it was out. Like I said, I had this is back when you collecting TV box sets was way more popular. It's not a thing anymore. But now you got to go pay a crazy amount on Amazon to get a damn season of a TV show.
You do.
But anyhow, I had every single season of Smallville, and I'm such a nerd. I've even listened to the Smallville podcast. That's my number 5. Now, number 4, you know, guys, we kind of mentioned this before, and we are a wrestling podcast after all.
Sure.
And I may have seen more episodes of this show ever in my life.
Right.
From when I was a kid to being a teenager. When I was a teenager, I used to make sure everything I had to get done was done. And I was on the couch sitting there in Central Time, 7:00 p.m. On a Monday night, watching Monday Night Raw, so that nobody would bother me. And it was to the point to where I could not stand spoilers. I couldn't let anybody interrupt me. And that lasted for forever. And even to this day, I still watch, when I can, I still watch it live with my brother every Monday. So Monday Night Raw did make my list.
I mean, absolutely.
I was wondering if any of us were going to have either Raw or no one's going to have SmackDown. Let's be honest.
Longest running episodic TV show, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it? Of all, it's
but maybe behind The Simpsons. But yeah, but they're both up there. Third one, more of a feel-good TV show. I love football. I love Texas. It's really easy pick for me. If you've seen the movie Friday Night Lights, you definitely need to go watch the TV show Friday Night Lights. It's really good. It has
Texas
a lot
forever.
of actors. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen
Clear Eyes, Full Hearts Can't Lose. Absolutely. Friday Night Lights is so good, dude. You can go back and watch that. That's one of those shows I can go back. If I catch on TV every now and then, I catch a random episode, I'll sit there and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
You can go back and watch that on Netflix all the way through if you want to right now. Go and do it. It's fun. It's nostalgic. It's like it has so many actors in it. Taylor Kitsch is in it. Michael B. Jordan's in it. There's fucking
I like
the
how you
coach.
mentioned Taylor Kitsch before recent
Michael
Oscar
B.
winner
Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. That's because of the part in the show is bigger.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my number 3. Moving on to number 2. I know I'm blowing through these really fast.
That's
but
okay.
Number 2.
Got questions?
I have several questions.
Now, this show, I've heard if you didn't watch it, there was a time being where you thought it was cool if you weren't watching this show, but you were never cool, especially if you're posting about not being a Game of Thrones fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, number 1, Game of Thrones is freaking awesome. If you didn't get past the first season, then you can't talk.
Dylan, you just watched that not long ago, right?
But-
Yeah.
First time?
Got my wife about 2 years ago to sit down and binge watch all of the seasons. And like I tell anybody, get past the first season and you're in. That show is so good, man. I can still go back. I like that show a lot. Game of
It's so
Thrones,
good.
definitely number 2. I remember watching it. I came across it on accident. I was probably going to buy the new season of Spartacus when it was out. At the BX when I was stationed in Italy, and I happened to see the first season of Game of Thrones, and I bought the first box set. And then from then on, I was watching it live on television like everybody else.
Yeah.
Number 1. Now, number 1 is, if you look up IMDb's top 250 TV shows, this is actually number 1 on that list too. And the people that haven't seen it, I don't know why. And the people that don't like it may just not be your thing. But 2 great actors, Bryan Cranston, Aaron Paul. Breaking Bad is such a good show.
Yeah.
That's another one of those shows where I sat there and binge watched in completion, and I've gone back and watched it again. It is so good. That's another one that has a lot of good actors. Lots of good quotes, but we will go past that.
Yeah.
No, Breaking Bad is so good. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend it. And I was being serious about the IMDb top 250. I looked up yesterday, so it is number 1. Breaking Bad.
Yeah. That was one of the first ones like me and my wife could like watch together. I remember. I had a question though. So Smallville, was that the like young Superman show?
Yeah, Tom Welling.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I never did catch any of those, but I remember like they were on like CW or something. Like I was watching some wrestling on the show
Early on. It started
SmackDown,
like,
man.
it
SmackDown,
started
there you go.
on
Yeah,
around
yeah,
like
yeah.
CW or maybe even late days of UPN.
I think it was
yeah.
like the last year of because I used to watch that show.
Because
too.
Smallville came on actually around the same time as Roswell before Roswell stopped showing.
Right.
Yeah, and then Smallville kept going. But no, I was a big fan. Like I said, I owned every single box set.
Breaking Bad was there for me, like Sopranos. It was appointment watching
Yes.
Sunday
Yeah.
nights, or whenever it was on. Like,
So what's weird about Breaking Bad is that like this list took me way longer than I thought it was going to because of Breaking Bad specifically. Because it's not on my list, but I do think it's probably the greatest TV show ever made, but it's like I don't return to it. So that's why it didn't make my list basically.
Sure.
But so then I had to be like, okay, so I consider it probably the best show ever. So shouldn't it be on my top 5? But I'm like, no, I don't go back to it. So yeah, I got into a serious debate with myself because of Breaking Bad.
It's a personal all time though. So
Yeah. I have never seen it. Not one
What?
episode. Never seen it. Yeah.
and
It's a happy show.
That is
Dylan. Very
okay.
happy.
The way you said that's okay makes me think it's not okay. But
It's
Did
not.
the-
It's totally not. Go
did
watch
the
it. Like, right
spinoffs
now.
do well on that show? Like
Better Call
Better
Saul?
Call Saul. Yeah.
Yep.
Those
It's-
guys?
almost as good. Not quite.
Pollo Boilo chicken.
It was in the
what
top
that
250
called?
as well, just
What was
not in the top 100. I don't think. Now I do have a few honorable mentions I have on my list, and I do have a confession. You just mentioned The Sopranos. I've only seen the first 5 episodes.
Mhm.
And I have a good friend and coworker who that's his favorite show on earth, and he's tried his hardest to get me to watch it. It's not that I'm against watching it. I haven't gotten I haven't got to the point of investment in it yet. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
In the show.
Yeah.
So I don't really get all the references when he references it. But I mean, the only thing I get is the ducks. But whatever.
Sure. Classic. Good list.
I do
there.
have a few honorable mentions though. I like I mentioned before, I like hero stuff.
Yeah.
So I have Johnny Bernthal's Punisher.
Mhm.
I have
That was a good show.
Suits. Suits is a good show.
My wife loves Suits.
I
Yeah.
hate Suits.
I love Suits. When I had surgery last year on my foot and I was laid up on the couch downstairs for 4 months, I watched all of Suits. I like Vikings, the show.
Watch Vikings.
And
Is that the one that is Edge in that? Sorry, is Edge in that
He is.
Viking
He is in
show?
that,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
Wait, Edge is in Vikings?
Yep.
I mean, I'm still not going to watch it,
Towards
but that's pretty cool.
later on. And then 3 reality shows that I did not put on my list, but I like competition reality.
Yeah.
So I like The Challenge. I like
You
Hell's
whore.
Kitchen. And there's this survival TV show I really like called Alone.
That's the one where they're alone, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
I was
Alone.
waiting on Tough Enough. I was waiting on you to drop Tough
Oh,
Enough.
you're right. I didn't say that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that me and DB talked about. Yeah.
All right. Let's go with AJ next. AJ, why don't you give us your top 5 here?
Okay, so I'll start with some honorable mentions, I guess.
Yeah.
'Cause why not?
I like this.
So a couple of honorable mentions. We'll start with it's game show, which I didn't think I wanted to put this on my top 5, but Jeopardy. I love Jeopardy. So I am one of those trivia nerds.
Yeah.
I will sit there
I
and
love it too.
I love like I'll watch Jeopardy on YouTube from like 1997. And I'll be like, I know what the capital of Uzbekistan is.
Right.
I don't know what the capital
Have you seen the episode before?
But so I'll watch Jeopardy all day, every day, and I love it so much. Ken
Yeah,
Jennings
yeah.
is okay, like as Alex Trebek, but it's
Yeah.
Alex Trebek. He's the
Yeah.
greatest game show host ever. Another honorable mention that I wanted to put on my top 5, but it's only one season, so I didn't feel justified putting it on my top 5, is Firefly. I don't know if anyone, I don't know how old are your viewers nowadays? Like, do they skew younger, older? It doesn't matter.
I like.
So
Never mind.
Firefly was a 1-season show in 2003. Fox fucked it up so badly that it got canceled, and like they played the episodes out of order. It was a Joss Whedon show before Joss Whedon got all of his troubles, whatever. But it's so clever. It's like a space cowboy kind of show. Sounds stupid.
Sure.
Go watch it if you haven't seen it.
Mhm.
And then my third honorable mention is Fallout. Fallout, it's newer. I love it so much.
Oh,
'cause
yes.
I love the games so much, and it captures the humor and like everything that the games do. And I can't highly recommend it enough. Just not good enough to hit my top 5. Okay, so speaking of that, top 5. So for my number 5, I cheated a little bit and I picked 2, but there's a reason why I picked 2 for one spot is because they're like sister shows, kind of. It's like they're 2 sides of a coin. One is like hyper optimistic, the other one's a little more pessimistic. But Ted Lasso and Shrinking, they're both on Apple TV.
So good.
Ted Lasso is the most delightful show. There's no cynicism. There's no like, I mean, there are like good guys, bad guys, faces and heels, as it were. But
Yeah.
like, it's so optimistic, and it's not like phony optimism. It's like you generally root for all these people, and it's so funny. And then Shrinking is the opposite of that. There's some bad shit that happens in Shrinking. Some of the people make horrible decisions. It's a little more pessimistic, but it is just as funny. And they're made by the same guy too. They're made by Bill Lawrence, who made Scrubs, 1,000 years ago.
Mhm.
So if you haven't seen it, they're both on Apple TV. They're both amazing. Sticking with Apple TV, I think they're on an amazing run nowadays. Number 4 for me is Severance. Severance is it will mess with your brain so hard that you will wish that you didn't watch Severance, but then you won't be able to stop thinking about it. So you'll have to go back and watch more Severance. And they just did 3 seasons or 2. They're coming out with their next season in a couple of years or this year. And DB, I don't know if you knew this, but the girl in Severance is from Hayworth. She used to come to our former bar. And,
Get out.
Yeah, I remember her being like super nice. But obviously I don't remember her all that well. But yeah, she's won like Emmys now and stuff. But
look at us waiting on celebrities, just slinging beers to the, upper echelon
Strap
of
the
the
rocket
world.
ship, boys.
I mean, we're basically celebrities ourselves because of the.
I can't go out in Bloomington nowhere.
You got your own trading card, dude.
You have your own trading card? Give me. Anyways, so those are like the newer shows that I have. So what was it? 5, Ted Lasso, 4, Severance. Okay, number 3. Number 3 is what I think to be the smartest comedy that has ever been invented. Well, number 1, I'll get to that. Arrested Development. Arrested Development, at least the first 3 seasons of it before it got canceled. And then the 4th season that Netflix brought back is okay. The 5th season, we're not even going to talk about because it's utter dog shit. But Arrested Development, it was so ahead of its time. And there's still to this day, like that show debuted 20 years ago. But to this day, there is still nothing like it that has ever really been on. And it hasn't even really influenced anything because no one can imitate it. Like influence is mostly like it's a form of mimicry. And it's like, it is so its own thing that it's like impossible to mimic. And it's so smart. They have like season-long jokes. Well, they'll introduce a setup in the first episode of season 1, but they won't pay it off until like the last episode of season 1. And it's so brilliant. If you haven't watched Arrested Development, please go back and do so. I feel like I'm going through these really quickly too. Doesn't matter. Going on. So that was number 3. Number 2.
Okay.
I wanted to do Sopranos. I thought about doing Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to do something HBO because they do make just the best shows ever.
Mm-hmm.
The show that I return to more than any on HBO is Deadwood. I don't like.
Okay.
I don't like Westerns all that much. Like I'm not a big Western guy, but Deadwood is. That was good.
That was bad. My whistling fell out.
I thought there was something dying for a second. So Deadwood is set during like the gold rush in like South Dakota, and like there's no like good characters. Everyone, it is so nuanced, and everyone exists in like this morally gray area.
Yeah.
And it makes for like everyone has like just a wonderful story arc in the show. Like the main villain of the first season is like one of the good guys, quote unquote, in the last season, and it's like a natural progression. They don't just like flip him for no reason. And I will say this as I'm secure with myself. Like I'm a secure man.
Sure.
Timothy Olyphant, the star of Deadwood, he's beautiful. He's a beautiful human. You just want to watch him.
I can tell he doesn't have a problem attracting.
Certainly
species.
not.
Yeah.
But everything about Deadwood is well written, well acted. It's also one of those that only ran for like 3 seasons and then they did a movie. But yes, it's wonderful.
Do you think it's where the Timothy Olyphant and Josh Duhamel get mixed up?
Which fuck you, Josh Duhamel or whatever your name is. You can't hold a candle to sweet Timothy Olyphant. Josh Duhamel, get out of here. I don't even want to think about your stupid face. Just kidding, Josh Duhamel. You're okay. I don't know one thing that he's in, actually. Is he in Hallmark movies?
Rom-coms, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically. So then my number 1 show, it was the only thing that could have been number 1 for me. Because people who know me, 90% of my personality is made up of quotes from this show. That's how unoriginal I am. We talked about it, or we mentioned in the intro. It's The Simpsons. The Simpsons is, in my opinion, the greatest show that has ever existed and will ever exist. I don't care if the recent seasons have been utter garbage, which they.
The latest ones aren't good, huh?
No, I mean they've gotten better again, but there was a really rough patch in there from like seasons like 24 to like 30. Yeah, they've been on for that long. But the Simpsons, again, I said that Arrested Development was the smartest show ever written, and ever made, and it's in the running with the Simpsons.
I mean, the Simpsons predicts the future, so
it does, and still
nails it.
It's still all the time. It does, like in an uncanny way, to where you're like, I don't want to watch this anymore because it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Simpsons shaped my childhood because it debuted in 1989.
Yep.
It shaped my formative teenage years, and even into like college and adulthood. I still return to The Simpsons more than any show ever, and I will until they, it's never going to get canceled. They're going to be making it until we're all dead.
I remember like the first Simpsons T-shirts people were wearing. It's like, don't be a something man.
I had the Bartman
Cowman,
T-shirt, and like I know I still have my Simpsons Sing the Blues cassette tape somewhere around here. Like they made albums, and like it was so like they just went all in on all the merchandise ever. But it's smarter than that. Like the show is just, it's brilliant. It's a perfect show, and I don't know. Do people still watch The Simpsons?
I don't know that people tune in every Sunday night for new Animation Domination or whatever it's called. But I can't say that I've seen a new Simpsons episode in probably 15 years.
Don't come on
that's what most
like right
fans
before
of the-
Bob's Burgers or something.
Now,
like that.
I'm not saying I don't like The Simpsons. I just don't seek it out. But I also, I went through a phase when I was in the military where I binged a lot of The Simpsons. I made sure I watched like every Treehouse of Horror up until that point. Growing up, fun fact, I wasn't even allowed to watch The Simpsons because my mom heard Bart say "damn."
Really?
Yeah,
Eat my
until I
shorts.
was old enough to just watch it and not listen to my mom. And so yeah, no, and I also kept Simpsons off my honorable mention just because I had a feeling that you were going to throw it on there. It reminded me of one of the times I had to send you back the Kurt Angle, and I printed off that Simpsons themed thing for you.
I still have that too.
A couple of your other ones, Ted Lasso was one I thought about during this week, and I completely forgot to add it to my honorable mentions.
Oh no,
it's so good. That is such a like warm and fuzzy show.
Yes.
And then the other one I wanted to say is Severance. I've only seen like the first episode.
Oh man, you need to stick with it because it like I still think about certain aspects of that show because again it's on hiatus now, so they're filming the next season, and then I'll go back and like be like, is that really what happened? Like, kind of, it's one of those complete mindfuck shows, and I love it so much. It's outrageous. And Ted Lasso is one of those that I didn't start watching until very recently, because I kind of resisted it for a while, just because it was one I was never really a huge Jason Sudeikis fan. I am now because he's perfect in that role. But it's one of those where, like, when I actually did start watching it, I was like, why did I wait so long to watch this show? This is just delightful. It makes my days better. Like, it's just a happy show.
Yeah. All right, Dylan, why don't you go ahead and go next,
right,
man? Then I'll take us home here, man.
Yes,
what are you thinking,
sir? So before I get started on the actual list, it has been well established I watch a metric shit ton of wrestling a week, which means I don't have a whole lot of time for regular TV, which means 20-minute sitcoms are just perfect. So my favorites list is pretty dominated by sitcoms.
Okay.
And I also left
Love
wrestling and like sports shows off of it, or else we'd just be talking about Nitro and Thunder and Sinclair era ROH and like
I thought about
Sports
putting
Nation.
Nitro on.
Yeah. So like I left those off. If you want to hear us talk wrestling, tune into literally any other episode of Zinc on March.
Yeah, Primo.
That's not a shot at Primo, but I mean, if the shoe fits,
I get it.
So, my honorable mention list. If we were doing like top shows, my list would probably be flipped. But since we're going my honorable mentions, I've got Mad Men, I've got Entourage. This is where Game of Thrones landed for me.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like my top 5, kind of like AJ was saying, they're shows I go back to often. A lot of these shows I've only gotten through once and want to revisit, just haven't had the time. Also through Curb Your Enthusiasm on here and through Brooklyn Nine-Nine on here.
Oh, 9-9?
I've never seen a single second of either of those shows, which is weird, especially Curb Your Enthusiasm.
No, it's so
Entourage.
good.
You've seen Entourage?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've never seen
Entourage is amazing.
Yeah,
Entourage is good. Yeah,
it's good shit.
That's just one of those that I
yeah,
completely
it's
missed.
HBO also. Yeah. So number 5 on my list, and I almost had Game of Thrones here, but went ahead and went with my number 5. We're going to go Parks and Recreation.
Nice.
7 seasons. Ron Swanson might be one of the greatest TV characters of all time. Just his like super dry sense of humor and the like rugged man's man. I'm not into this city stuff and new generation type stuff. Just hilarious. April and Andy, Chris Pratt is on it. Super funny. Tom Haverford, super funny.
Yeah.
Super rewatchable. Is on like all the time, I think. I didn't think about it till Primo said it, but 4 of my top 5 I do have on DVD. This is one of them, so I kind of just rotate those in and out. Kind of, I watch a show on DVD and then start the next one. So this is kind of in rotation with some of my other ones. Number 4, I kind of doubt you guys have seen this. I'd be a little bit surprised. It's BoJack Horseman on Netflix.
I've heard of it.
I love BoJack Horseman.
It's like it's either the funniest like drama or the darkest comedy, like depending on which one you want to put it in. Like one of my favorite quotes from it is sometimes life's a bitch and then you keep on living. It's really depressing, to be honest. Like trying to explain why I like it, it's kind of hard because you just sit here going like, man, that's dark and that kind of sucks. But I had a buddy. This was
also too why you're watching it. You're like, oh,
right,
it's kind of dark and
like,
sucks.
I had a buddy that got me on the show, and then the last probably half of the show, there's 6 seasons, probably the last 3 or 4. We lived like an hour apart, and one of us would drive to the other one's house, and we would binge that whole season the day it came out because Netflix would just drop them all at once. So we'd spend 5-6 hours watching the whole show. They are very creative with the F word. They only say it once a season, and it's not just like randomly thrown out there. They're like, they build up to it, and it's some big heated scene where somebody would drop it, and you go, oh, there it is. There's the season 2 F-bomb. And it's they've got a couple episodes where like there's one where they don't talk for pretty much the whole episode. It's just very well written. They're underwater. AJ, you might know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
They're underwater, so they can't communicate with words. It communicates, through other ways until like the last scene of the episode, and they realize there's like a voice button on their monitor. He's like, "Whoa, we could have been talking the whole time." It's just very well written. It's about time to do another rewatch. Very good show. Number 3, I'm going the show about nothing. I'm going Seinfeld. It's so good, man. It's one of the most quotable shows. My mom watched it when I was growing up, so we had it on a lot. So like me and my brother both just kind of fell in love with it, watch it all the time, throw all these different lines just constantly, like I choose not to run, or it's not a lie if you believe it. Here again, like George and Kramer individually, are 2 of the best characters in all of television, and all the side characters on the show are just hilarious.
What I love about Seinfeld too is like if a episode is on and you're just like flipping through, you can totally just stop and watch it right from there.
Right,
and you're good.
There's there's no like, oh wait, where are we in the story? Like, none of that. It's just you're stuck right in. So that's going to be my number 3. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Hey-o.
Number 2. I almost made this number 1, but I ended up going to number 2. It's called The League. Have you guys seen this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So it's an FX show. When my buddies in college found it, and we became instantly hooked.
Great time to find it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was on Netflix, and one of us, between me, my roommate, and my suite mate, one of us had it on like at all hours. You just walked into the dorm and it would be playing. So it's based around fantasy football, but you don't have to like know
suite mate.
Yeah, like no,
like here's a common room, bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
get it.
Suite
mate.
Sweet.
yeah. Go ahead and get all your jokes out there.
Not like sweet, like hey, sweet mate. Not like
Yeah,
that, like,
see, that's what I was going for.
No,
Nah.
no,
not
no.
a,
So
like a very nice friend. Just it's sweet.
Yeah,
Fair.
exactly. So it's based around fantasy football, but it's not like the show is about fantasy football. Like you don't
Y'all
have
told
to
me
know.
to watch this before.
It's so good. You would love it. Like you don't have to know PPR or add and drops, like nothing like that to get it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the backdrop of it. It's this group of friends are competing. The winner gets the Shiva trophy. The loser gets the Sacco trophy, which is just like a ball sack trophy, basically a bull's ball sack. And the winner kind of gets like to determine what punishments the Sacco has to go through. I forget which show Primo mentioned, but there's a lot of quotable lines in this one. But again, probably some we shouldn't just throw out on the podcast.
Like Eskimo Brothers and stuff like that.
Yeah, or like, I don't know who you are, but you're about to get chlamydia.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I said, around like the end of my high school, my college career in there. So the actual NFL players they bring on to guest star is just super nostalgic. Now at this point, like you got Antonio Gates, Josh Cribbs, MJD, just making random guest appearances.
Even Jerry Jones is in that show.
Wait, Josh
It's
Cribbs
so
was on
good.
that show?
Yeah,
I don't know who
Yeah.
Josh Cribbs is.
Oh,
I just wanted to be
it's good.
included for a second.
Yes, that's why we brought you on, AJ. Want you to feel
To
included.
not know
Yeah.
things.
And my number one, I ended up going with because it's the show I just watch the most. It's How I Met Your Mother. That said, it might have the worst season or series finale of all time, but the 8 seasons and 21 episodes before the last episode is just super good. You might even say it's legend. Wait for it, legendary.
I'm not even acknowledging that.
Yeah, the different themes they have through the show that they keep coming back to, like the slap bets, all the Thanksgiving episodes, the Halloween episodes, waiting on the slutty pumpkin, robots versus wrestlers. There's all kinds of good stuff to it. And, they spend the whole show building up to this big climax at the end and then, like, kill off the character. And it's just like, what are we doing? But
wasn't Game of Thrones the finale? Wasn't it a big disappointment too? Wasn't everybody kind of pissed about that?
I like
in real time, I believe so. And Primo and AJ might be able to talk more about it because I was watching it, 15 years late. But in real time, I remember hearing a lot of backlash, but I didn't mind it.
And when it was live, I mean, I still liked it. Like
there were a lot of people that shit on it.
Yeah. Like a lot of people shit on the whole last season of Game of Thrones.
But at the time, I don't think it was written. Like it wasn't written like how the rest of the series was based on the book.
No, it was on their own.
At the time, the TV writers were just kind of freeballing it towards the end there, and it felt rushed. And also, they made the wrong guy the king at the end. And well, in opinion, it's opinion. But
I agree with that. I have a confession to make.
Yeah,
please, you three don't think any less of me. But
I will.
We
not
might.
possible.
Well, yeah.
We might.
You know what? Fuck that. I'm going to be proud. I'm going to stand behind my opinion. I don't like Seinfeld. I don't like it. I don't find it funny. I find them to be insufferable. They are insufferable people. Whenever I have this conversation with people about Seinfeld, everyone's always like, well, they're meant to be that way. That's how they're written. I don't care. I don't want to fucking watch them. They are awful. Awful humans. George is one of the most annoying characters I have ever witnessed on a television show. And you just want to smack him. And like to say that that's the point of George. No, you should not want to hate one of your characters so much that you don't want to watch the show at all. I don't hate Seinfeld. I have a strong dislike. I appreciate what it did, but fuck off. I don't want to watch it ever again.
Sound like me talking about like Bob's Burgers or something.
So don't forget to tune in to episode 3 of the list where DB, Dylan, and Primo break down their favorite whatever.
Now, I actually have
me in the chat crying.
I've seen Seinfeld episodes here and there, but I'm not like a a super fan or anything. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not a super fan either, but man, those shows, it's hilarious. I love Jerry's humor.
Yeah.
You know,
What is the deal with peanuts?
I mean, yeah, it may be pigeonholed, but fuck it, it's funny, man, and it's funny. I loved Kramer. I loved Julia Dreyfus. I thought she was great in the show. Yeah, I thought it was great, man. I love Seinfeld.
Well, I think I made the mistake of, because I also saw it like here and there, like when it was actually on TV, but then I made the mistake of binging all the seasons all at once. And when you watch those people back to back to back to back to back, you're like, they are insufferable. They are insufferable people. And I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that's not how that was supposed to be consumed.
I mean, yeah, clearly.
All right. Well, let me button us up here with my final list of 5 here. Let me start with honorable mentions, man. So I would be remiss, you know, there's a show out there that's the most show I've ever watched in my life. Like I almost watch it daily. It's a show called SportsCenter that's on ESPN, and like hands down, that's the most show I've ever watched in my life, hands down. You know what I mean? Whether it was the 6 o'clock. I remember I used to watch the 2 a.m. when they used to do the live 2 a.m. shows on the East Coast when I get home from the bars at nighttime. So, you know,
I used to watch it.
I gotta say SportsCenter, right?
Most minutes, pound for pound.
Yeah, for sure.
Who were the two that did like the super? It was Stan, what's his name? And
Scott Van Pelt, Kenny Mayne, Dan Patrick was some of my early favorites. Berman was great in the early days.
Stuart Scott.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, he's dead. Poor Stuart Scott.
Also,
You're welcome.
Thanks, AJ.
I know, like he was great. I love
I don't watch it anymore, but man, I watched Survivor for years. You know what I mean? I was really into that. Like I just got burnt out on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like I got to put that on the honorable mentions list. I couldn't squeeze Sopranos on there. I really wanted to, you know, I just felt like it was like just a big show during a young time in my life. You know what I mean? But like, it's great. You know, it's great. It's good. I've since went back and rewatched it. I do think it holds up. If I had a number 6 though, boys, and this is my only reality TV, you know, I love Big Brother, man. Like CBS Big Brother, like it's just, I don't know. I just think it's fun, and I look forward to it because it only comes on usually like one time a year during the summer, you know, and it lasts for like 3 or 4 months. You know, it's just good fucking in-house drama, chatty, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, it's good stuff. Like, you know.
So real quick, like it's like I'm not a big reality show person. Like I don't like shit on reality show because it is what it is and it serves its purpose. But so Big Brother does it have a shtick or is it just people living in a house and they're filmed?
It's people live in a house and they're filming, but they're going through challenges, and the challenges usually always lead to one person being like the boss of the house. You know, they call them the head of the household, and then they decide what 2 or 3 people are going to be up for elimination that week. You know, and so it gets a little chatty behind the scenes. You know, they get mad because they put each other up. Why are you putting me up? And you know, I'll save you next week. You know, that kind of stuff. So. And usually the person that plays the best game never wins, you know, throughout. So,
okay. Thank you.
Top 5 though, kids. Here we go. So number 5 for me is a show that was on Showtime a while back. It's called Shameless.
Okay.
I really did love the absolute fuckery of this show. I even think AJ, I was watching this during when we were working together back in the Schooners.
You used to ask me if I watched it, and I was like, no.
Yeah, because I was wanting to talk to somebody about it because I love that shit. You know what I mean? So
I did finally watch it. Though,
yeah,
I will say.
Yeah, and it's you know, it's just a deadbeat dad and just a, you know, it's an over the top ridiculous, you know, really suspend your disbelief of things that can happen to just one family. Like for God's sakes, the unluckiness and the, you know, just the stories. It just is good. Chicago based, you know, story, but yeah, it's just a good, you know, family drama. You know, I think that, with a lot of like awesome side stories. Number 4 for me is one I've talked about with Primo. I didn't know would make his list or not, but I lied when I said reality show, because this one basically is a reality show. Ultimate Fighter, UFC. I've always been a big UFC fan, so obviously you make a reality show about it, and when you go back and look at it now, you hear talk about UFC like it wouldn't be as big as it was without the original Ultimate Fighter show. Just always loved the competition, the idea of it. Who don't want to watch 20 meatheads in a house? They're going to eventually fight each other, and the chatty shit that goes on inside the house, and then the coaches of both teams fight each other at the end when
right.
the competition's over. I just think it's cool. But yeah, so they've always had me hooked on that one. Number 3, guys, is now's when I was gonna start to get dialing back here a little bit. Do you guys know who Doug Heffernan is?
Doug Heffernan?
Yeah, he's the guy that drives the UPS truck.
Oh yeah,
on a TV show called King of Queens.
King of Queens.
Man,
Yeah,
I love Doug Heffernan. He's like my spirit animal. Like
Kevin James, right?
Yes, Kevin James. Yes. And throw out what you know about Kevin James. Like just what I mean? Like he really plays this role well.
Freaking Leah Remini.
Yeah. And he's like a New York, he's just a regular guy with like a regular job, and but I mean the comedy about it is what I've always liked. Like his interactions with his neighbors, and I've watched this so much with my wife. Like she just looks over at me and just shakes her head all the time. I'm like, that's you. That is you. You know what I mean? Like, so I always find myself watching King of Queens. I always love watching that show. My number 2 favorite TV show of all time, and it's still going to this day. And I'm still kind of waiting to see. I feel like the end might be near, and I'm gonna be really, really depressed. But since like the beginning, I think they started in like when I was like 18 or 19, which is a long time ago, 20 or something. Like, Pardon the Interruption, this came on ESPN. It always came on, like it always seemed to be on like right after I got home from school a lot.
Yeah.
I always loved the idea of this show because I always hated watching Sports Center sideshows, like NFL Live, NBA Today, because they would talk about so much of the same subject for the whole show, or so much of the same shit all the time, So enter Pardon the Interruption, who's a show that, they have 5 or 6 different topics and they talk about each one for about 2 minutes and they move on. And I think Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon, former newspaper journalists, covered all kinds of sports, are the 2 most perfect guys ever to do this show. This is how I consume basically most of my, outside of watching Sports Center, this is how I basically keep up with everything that's going on in the world of sports, because I know if it's important, they're going to talk about it, and they always have a guest on there that they talk to for 5 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like, doesn't get long-winded, and they just like talk about news and notes. Our podcast, the format of it is based off of a Pardon the Interruption, because I love that, the fact that, we just kind of move on and talk about a bunch of different stuff. And Tony's getting old, and Michael's getting old, but man, they're still kicking and at it. And man, I love watching those guys every day. And it'll be weird when I don't, if I don't watch them, I listen to them on podcasts. You know what I mean? So some way, somehow, just about every day or every other day, I hear their voices, and so. And
I always liked,
it's getting nervous that it's going to be over soon.
I always liked like their background. It was like all the different like faces and stuff, and some of them would be just completely random. Right. Like it would be of an athlete, but it wouldn't just be like his face. It would be him like screaming, or like after he made a shot, or something like that. Like that was always fun to go look at. But that kind of after school era of ESPN shows are kind of dwindling away. So
Around the Horn is gone, which was kind of like the sister show. Of that one.
Like as far as like like the ESPN like sports talk shows where they all essentially talk about the same thing, which is mostly LeBron James. But like out of all the shows, Pardon the Interruption was always my favorite one. One, because the two guys are just sports nerds. Like they're not former athletes. They're not, they're not trying to, be cool guys like they are even like sports that are in like Around the Horn. That's what bothered me about that show is everyone's like, oh, I'm cool sports. It's just two sports nerds that love sports and talk about it. They talk about the rest of the stuff that everyone else talks about too, but they do it likably. And I don't know. I agree with you. I always liked Pardon the Interruption too.
Yeah,
it was always the best one.
Yeah, I always loved it, man. All right, boys, for my number one show, I'm gonna take you guys back here a little bit. Is
it Mama's Family?
There's a guy named Frazier, a guy named Norm that sits at the bar. The bartender's name is Sam Malone. You got Cliff over there, who's the local mailman. You got Diane, who's the local waitress. Carla, my favorite, probably, the person on the show. Come on, you want to go where everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can just can't cut it off. Troubles all over. You want to be where everybody knows your name.
Except for a couple of them. So
I pretty much, I think it might be the only. No, I own The Sopranos too. The only complete set I own on DVD, TV show wise. But this show, man, like I can go back to it. It started in like 1982. So since I was 7 years old, like this show was on. You know what I mean? And like I loved, the interactions, the humor. I learned a little bit about, how to be a pimp from Sam Malone. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So Woody was on this show, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? So, I learned a little bit here. I learned about beer. I learned about, probably maybe even a little bit about some, sex on the show. You know what I mean? Like, Carla, but let me go back to her. Probably like my favorite, she was the witty, like she had the mouth on her. No, she took no shit from anybody, waitress, that kind of stuff. And then but when she fell in love, she would like just be a complete different person. You know what I mean? Like it was, And then she'd go back to her job and just be the,
what was her husband's name?
Carla?
Yeah.
Like on the show?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Not Danny DeVito. Like it's
yeah, I don't remember what that was. But yeah, just and like I can go back and watch this show now. It's nostalgia for me. It takes me back, and to a simpler time in my life. When things weren't as fast as life is now. But number one for me, the all-time classic. This one will never get knocked off that post for me. It's it's always going to be Cheers. So. You guys seen any Cheers episodes? AJ, I know you have, but Primo, Dylan, no?
Yeah, I've seen episodes of Cheers.
Boston-based show.
Not a one.
Fun fact, Woody Harrelson and me are birthday buddies. So
there you go.
I'm birthday buddies with Priscilla Kelly.
Nice. I've read it. I didn't even think of Cheers. I'm kind of sad now because I totally would have put Cheers in.
Nick was Carla's name. He was the one that wore like the flashy suits.
Yeah.
Looked like he was from the 70s disco era.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Coach too. Coach was almost favorite too. He was like the bartender that was always like kind of there. That was, kind of there sometimes. Fun fact too, I always say this, I don't know if everybody listening to this knows, there's only 3 people on that show to ever be in every episode. And it was Norm, Sam, and Carla.
I love that it was Norm. With the two, Norm, Sam, and Carla.
Yeah. And that last episode, man, brother, cried, brother. I cried.
It was sad, but it was happy sad.
Yeah, it was. When Sam turned the lights off, man, like he turned the lights off and my water just started coming out of my eyeballs, man. Like, yeah, it was good shit, man. It was good shit. But All right, boys. Well, looks like that's going to do it for another episode of The List. We'll remind everybody to go check out the flagship podcast and head on over to sitdownmarks.com. Enjoy your summer. Happy holidays. Happy 4th of July, boys. Y'all got any 4th of July plans coming up? Hope you guys are, heading to the beach or something like that. So appreciate you guys all tuning in.
I'm going to wear sunscreen. I look like a tomato. I just now realized this. I'm sunburned. Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry.
The summer is hitting on AJ already. So
already, like Jesus.
All right. For AJ, Primo, Dylan, and DB, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time when we add to another The List.
The list.